Hi, this is Becca from Reset and Restore. Today we're going to talk about the brain and the nervous system. The nervous system strongly correlates with our sense of self and is intimately connected with our experience in consciousness. The hundreds of billions of neurons and their trillions of connections via synapses form our ability to communicate and compute information from our experiences. The nervous system processes and stores all our memories, and it's related to our behaviors. According to Vedic science, the nervous system represents ahankar, which is indeed the sense of self. In lower states of consciousness, such as sleeping, our nervous system is at rest. Thus, it's not consciously working to process, and the neurons have no need to fire. However, during higher states of consciousness, such as cosmic consciousness, one has awareness of both inside and outside senses, and at a refined, subtle level, being fully awake in the sense of self. The network of nerve impulses is most alive, functioning, and communicating dynamically. When we look at our central command center of the brain, we can understand the dynamism as described by the main divisions and their functions. We have the cerebrum, which is the largest part of our brain, and it has 4 parts. The frontal lobe, which is dealing with our personality, thinking, planning, problem solving. We have our temporal lobes, those are controlling our speech and hearing and connected with our memory. We have the parietal lobe, which controls our movements, our speed, writing, sensations such as pain, taste, touch, and more. We have the occipital lobe, and that's handling our memory and sight and smell. Apart from that big part, we also have the thalamus and the hypothalamus. So the thalamus is like the gatekeeper, passing messages between the spinal cord and cerebral hemispheres. We will talk more later about the thalamus, as it plays a key role in our level of consciousness and how well we are able to interpret information such as past memories and experiences. The hypothalamus regulates our body temperature and our urges such as eating and sleeping. It also controls our emotions, in which we can understand that the connections with what we eat and how we sleep play a critical role in affecting our emotional state. In summary, the thalamus and the hypothalamus work together to relay sensory inputs and motor outputs, as well as homeostatic responses. Next, we have the brainstem, which contains the rest of our brain to the spinal cord, and it sends signals throughout our body. It controls a lot of our subconscious activities, such as our breathing and maintaining our heart rate. The brainstem contains our midbrain for regulating eye movements, the pons, which coordinates balance, hearing, and facial movements, the medulla oblongata for regulation of our breathing, heart rhythm, blood pressure, and swallowing, and the reticular activating system, a network of neurons that carry signals and chemicals throughout our brain. Finally, we have the little brain, the cerebellum, which controls higher nervous system functions such as refined movement and cognitive processing within our brain and body. These are the main functioning divisions of our brain. So we have the cerebrum, and its 4 lobes, 2 of each, the thalamus and hypothalamus, the brainstem, and the cerebellum. And now, as I promised, we're going to dive deeper into the thalamus. The thalamus is correlated with Nyaya in Vedic literature, Nyaya, which is the distinguishing and deciding quality of consciousness. How we process and interpret information depends on our level of alertness, along with our past memories and experiences. All the information travels up our spinal cord through the thalamus and routed to parts of the cortex. The cortex processes the information and loops back to the thalamus to route to the proper channels, back down the brainstem and spinal cord. It's like one fun roller coaster of processing sensory inputs and motor outputs. It's the lamp at the door between our conscious experience, unconscious experience, levels of experience, external and internal sensory experience. We can understand how vital meditation can be to the flow of information and our ability to assimilate in order to distinguish and think clearly. For the roller coaster to run smoothly, we need to go with the flow and stay level-headed by maintaining a balance between silence and dynamism. I can personally attest to the experience of meditation and the effects on my ability to think more clearly. When under stress, my nervous system is a bit haywire, and my ability to process and make the best decisions for myself reflects the same. As an Ayurveda practitioner, I find that it is an important factor toward recommending the benefits of meditation, along with behaviors and lifestyles that will allow one to de-stress and allow the nervous system to rest from overstimulation. Because we all know it's way too common in our modern world. From transcendence toward cosmic consciousness, we can find the lamp lighting both the inside and outside of the door and reach the state of being, of absolute consciousness. May we all reach this state and live in greater health and harmony. Let's reset and restore. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.